Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video we're going to take a look at some key levels of the week in the Forex market outlook. Hope you all had a great Christmas so far. Obviously we have another sort of low liquidity week ahead of us, so there's not going to be too much in the way of looking at charts extensively. We're maybe going to just look at some key levels on some key charts. So we're going to start off with Euro US dollar price. Gave us a bearish week last week. Obviously, we can't read too much into that as we only traded kind of 2-3 days of last week. So it's going to be difficult to judge how the markets are seeing things. But there's two crucial levels that I want to point out going into next year. And the first level is this resistance level where price has chopped around back here before, and obviously we're clearly in this long-term uptrend at the moment where the dollar has weakened significantly, and I think that could continue going into the end of the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if price jumped up towards this 123.14 level. This was the most traded area in this block over here, so I'm expecting the market to retest that level, and if we do get a retest I would expect some downside. Now there are a couple of things that may happen in terms of we may not see price actually reach this key level, because we have price making a higher high and we have the RSI making a lower high on the weekly time frame, which is a strong indication that we are going to see some kind of bearish breakdown here. If we are going to see prices move lower, good level to be watching out for is 118.31. This was the most traded level in this particular block or this particular range in here. So if the market was to start selling off, then I would expect a pull down into this area for some support. Obviously if price breaks down past that point, then we were looking for some further downside at that point, but that's further in the year. At the moment, we're looking to see that price is approaching a resistance level. We've got these resistance or bearish confluences that we could see price drop down from. Going on to pound, so obviously there's been some news over Brexit and the fact that there is a deal that has been done. Don't know the extent of that deal, but there's a couple of levels to be aware of. Price is currently finding a bit of resistance at 136. If I just drop down into the hourly time frame, we can see that the market found resistance over here and resistance most recently, even after the deal was sort of announced. If we are to see any further details from that deal, then we could be looking for maybe some support to come back in at 134.30. This is the most traded area of last week, so I'm expecting maybe some buyers to step back in at that point if price was to get to it. So we'll see what happens, but the deal may spark some positivity for the pound. We may see a break of 136, or it may be a fact that it's buy the rumour, sell the news. The market has been pretty strong for the pound lately, and now the news has come out to say that there is a deal. We could see price sell off. So this 136 is going to be an important level on pound. Kiwi was a chart that we were focusing on last week. We were looking at the fact that the strength and weakness table had showed us that price was at a reversal zone. We did actually see some reversals from that point, and we can see here at the moment we did get a bearish weekly close. If I just zoom in, we can see the market has given us that bearish close. Again, can't take too much into that sort of detail of last week because it was a low liquidity week. I'd rather start looking at this more towards the start of the year. However, you know, the most traded level of last week was 171. Nice psychological level as well. If we look at the hourly, we can see the market came into this area number of times recently. So if we are going to see that weakness continue, I would expect the market to start trending a little bit lower, especially this 4 hour has started to kind of give us a sign that price is going to start dropping. And the support I'd be watching out for is 0.665. Again, most traded level through this range. So if the market was to break down, I would expect some further downside. I mean, we could look at the fact that we have this sort of head and shoulders pattern being formed. The market has made a nice little left shoulder head. Is this going to be a right shoulder pattern? Are we going to take the neckline out and break down? That's something we could look for to come into the market. But again, a little bit too early to judge that one at the moment. And the final chart we're going to take a look at is dollar CAD. So again, we looked at this one because of the weekly was in that oversold condition. We had a nice bullish week. I looked at the most traded level between sort of this impulse lower, and it was around about 133.13. So if price was to rally to the upside, we could see 133.13 being retested. The most traded area of the week last week was 128.52. So if we go into that hourly time frame, if we were to see the market sort of break away from that point, so if we were to look at something like this, then we could see a little bit of upside towards that key level. But things are looking good here for a reversal on dollar CAD, which is what we were looking for really last week. And if I go back into sort of the 4-hour time frame, we were expecting the change in cycle down here. We've got it. Now we're starting to consolidate a little bit here. If price finds support in there, then I'd be expecting to be looking for a bit of an uptrend to this 133.13. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a great end to your year, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Cheers.